This video will cover the first two laws of thermodynamics as they apply to biological systems. Thermodynamics is the study of energy and energy transfer that involves physical matter. And when we think about systems of matter, we can classify them as being either open or closed systems. An open system is one in which energy can be transferred within the system and can also be transferred between the system and its surroundings. Individual organisms are open systems. They can take energy in via light or food or even inorganic chemicals depending on what type of organism it is. For example, a mammal such as a cat will take energy in the form of food, which allows it to have organic molecules that it can then break down via cellular respiration to produce ATP, and it transfers energy to its surroundings in the form of waste products and also heat energy. In contrast, a closed system can transfer energy within the system, but it cannot transfer energy to its surroundings. For example, we consider the entire universe to be a closed system because, at least as far as we know, there aren't any surroundings. And this brings us to the first law of thermodynamics, which states that the total amount of energy within the universe is constant. That makes sense, right? Because we cannot move energy in or out of the system. Energy can be transferred from place to place within the universe, and it can be transformed from one form into another form, but it cannot be created, nor can it be destroyed. Let's get back to that idea of energy transformation. Living cells must transform energy from one form to another in order to survive. Organisms need a constant input of energy to maintain their organization and all of the processes that are absolutely necessary for life. For example, plants and other photoautotrophs must convert the energy of light into the energy of chemical bonds, for example, in the bonds of the molecule of glucose. Photoautotrophs and chemoheterotrophs, such as animals, must convert the chemical energy stored within glucose and other food molecules into the energy within adenosine triphosphate or ATP molecules. However, there is a bit of a catch, and that brings us to the second law of thermodynamics. So the universe is still a closed system. The total energy within the universe is a constant. But even though we can transform energy from one form to another, some energy is being lost. Now, that isn't the same as being destroyed, because remember, energy cannot be destroyed. What it means is that it is converted into a form of energy that is unusable. Generally, this is in the form of heat energy. And heat energy is not available to us as biological systems to do work. Now, it may be good for us in terms of maintaining our body temperature, but strictly speaking, it's not able to perform any work for us. The second law of thermodynamics is sometimes stated in terms of the concept of entropy. In closed systems, such as the universe, entropy, which can also be termed randomness or disorder, always increases. Heat is sometimes called a disordered or disorganized form of energy, since it's basically just the random movement of molecules. And that movement increases as you increase the temperature or the heat energy in a particular system. So as the amount of heat energy increases, entropy also increases. Let's recall that organisms are open systems, however. When an organism transforms energy from one form to another, some of the energy is transformed into heat energy and lost to the surroundings. In this way, an organism can maintain a high degree of order, but the entropy of its surroundings, and therefore the entropy of the universe, has increased. So, for example, every time we transform energy, say from light energy to the chemical energy of glucose, we're losing quite a bit of that energy in the form of heat, and that is simply dissipating into the surroundings. Likewise, when an herbivore such as a rabbit eats a plant and obtains its organic molecules, it then needs to break those organic molecules down in a stepwise fashion in order to produce ATP. And when it does that, it's going to lose much of the energy in the form of heat. So in this way, the organisms maintain their order and they're able to continue to transform energy and continue to survive However, more heat has been given out into the universe, and therefore the entropy of the entire universe has gone up.